Creepypasta are the new generation of the urban legend or fireside horror stories. Some have gained notoriety and become known outside of the community, while others, although horrifying, remain with only cult followings. Hi, I'm Sean Antony from Digital Snowman, and whether you are a creepypasta connoisseur or just wondering what all the fuss is about, this is 10 creepypasta that you need to read. 1999. This story is a diary-based blog set over several years by Elliot, a man researching into a strange show he used to watch as a child back in 1999 called Booby, following an individual in a bear costume called Mr. Bear, who, on hindsight, appeared to be a local predator. Upon further investigation, Elliot finds that there was much more than just a poorly made local TV show happening in his town. The Smiling Man. We have all walked home alone at some point in our lives. The writer of this short story tells of how they were followed by a seemingly happy drunk individual one night on the way home. Their pursuer quickly goes from innocent to madness as he starts chasing the writer down the road, even crossing the street to get to them. The feeling of panic and terror pulls you into this story and leaves you wondering whether that cab fare home really is too much. Soft Teeth. While in bed, the author is visited by a strange creature that pulls its face close to theirs, rendering them paralyzed in the process. These visits last for a long period of time, in which the creature wraps its mouth around the protagonist's chin and increases the pressure. On the last night, the creature begins to push its teeth against theirs until they burst before leaving, never to return. A few days later, the writer's teeth begin to fall out. Psychosis. This story is a personal favourite of mine, and although it is long, it really leaves you awestruck. When John realises that he hasn't been in human contact with anybody physically in the past 3 days, he begins to see some odd behaviour from those around him after he receives an email from a distant friend with no subject, just the line, "Seen with your eyes, don't trust them, they..." What does this mean? Who are they? Are his friends real, or are they entities disguised as them? Don't go outside. The Rake. The Rake is a being written about since the 12th century. Little is known about the creature until its re-emergence in 2003 in the northwest United States. A woman awoke during the night, waking her husband in the process, who gasped and grabbed her, seeing the being at the bottom of the bed. Running to their daughter's room, they see what it really can do. Where bad kids go. A photographer from Lebanon decides to go back to his home country to investigate a children's TV show that he remembers watching as a child that focused on the importance of compliance. The show focused on strict ideology like bad kids stay up late or bad kids steal food from the fridge at night. The show ended on a zoom-in of an old wooden door where moans and cries could be heard. When the photographer finds the door in question, he decides to take a look inside. Candle Cove. A forum starts about an old TV show that the writer used to watch as a kid, which eventually turns into quite a successful conversation. The show in question is Candle Cove, a 70s kids show about a girl who imagines she is friends with pirates. One episode stood out to the group, as all the pirates did was stand in place screaming, while the girl moaned like she had been enduring this for hours. One commenter decides to ask his mum about the show he watched as a kid. The answer isn't what he expected. The Angel Statue. This is more of an urban legend than a creepypasta, but it is included for the sheer vulnerability you feel after reading it. A babysitter has put the baby to bed and is sitting watching TV. She decides to call the parents to ask if she can put a cover over the angel statue, as it's creeping her out. She is immediately told to take the baby and leave the house. They don't own an angel statue. Did they get out? Well, you'll have to read it to find out. The Keyhole. A man spends a couple of days in an old motel. Upon receiving his key, he is told not to approach or look into the room with no number on the way to his room. Intrigued, he carries on and acquiesces to the request. By the second day, curiosity gets the best of him, and he decides to peek into the keyhole. To his surprise, it's just a normal room, with a woman standing opposite him, staring at the wall. On the third day he decided to take another look, but could only see red. Did the woman inside block the keyhole? Or is something else afoot? Rope. The writer of this story spent a while in Djibouti. While there, he decides to eat at the local town centre to try some local cuisine, which he loves and proceeds to frequent. Upon coming home, he starts to have some chronic gastric troubles. After several days of constipation, he finally releases the pressure to realise that there is more to Djiboutian food than meets the eye. That concludes the list of creepypasta to read, but there are so many more to get your teeth into and to keep you up at night. If you have a favourite that is not mentioned, please let us know in the comments below, and you may see it in a later video. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button to receive more from us as we upload. If you enjoyed my dulcet tones, please click on my channel to listen to more creepypasta. I'm Sean Antony, and I will see you next time. Remember, sleep when you're dead. It's story time.